Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're gonna find out if a 9mm AR will work with a broken extractor or with no extractor. And the reason why I even thought to do this or test this is because a couple of weeks ago I had a 9mm AR where I broke the extractor, and I posted a video on that, and one of my viewers mentioned that the gun may work fine without an extractor in it, or at least not 100%, but it'll still work. So first let me show you this extractor that is worn out. Probably has at least 5,000 rounds on it. There it is. So that claw is completely gone. This is from Palmetto State Armory. So this is inside of 5,000 rounds. So it didn't go a whole lot of rounds. I don't think AR, and now this is an AR extractor, by the way. They do use an AR extractor in their in the bolt. And here, let me show you the AR bolt, AR9 bolt. Okay, so as you can see, there's no extractor in there. I put the firing pin back in, but you can see through it because the roll pin goes through there. So you can see daylight through that. So the roll pin's completely out, extractor's out. So we're going to test this out to see if this will work without the extractor. Okay, so let's put this back together. I suspect yes, because this gun was working. And what happened was I was getting the occasional failure to extract, usually on that last round, which made me look at it, and I can kind of confirm that extractor's no good. So since I had to pull the extractor out anyway in order to change it, I said, you know what, let's try firing a couple rounds and see if this will work. Magazine. No doubt, it works. No extractor. All right, here, I'm gonna put the gun on safe. You can actually see if I can get the angle right. You can see the back of the case at some angle. There it is. You can see the back of the case because there's no extractor to cover it up. Now the issue becomes, well, what if you gotta clear the gun out now, right? So, because if I clear the gun out, right, take out the magazine, if I point this down and pull back, it's obviously not gonna pull that bullet out. So the question becomes, how do you clear the gun? Well, one of the things I noticed is if you point the gun up and you pull it out, the bullet's gonna come right out. We'll find out later. So that's how you clear the gun. You just point it up, and then that 9mm round will just roll right out. And that was a steel case round. So I mean, the reason why I mentioned steel case is because the steel case ones tend to be not as smooth as the brass, although they're pretty smooth. You know, in case you were wondering if they would stick a little bit, no, it's not going to stick. If you point it up, I'll do it again. Right, if you put it up, if you chamber around, make sure my safety's on. All right, I just put it around the chamber. Oh, well, now I got a double feed because I just, all right, let's get that out. Okay, so now, yeah, that round is stuck in there. Point it up, yeah, and it comes right out. Got it. Right, so the gun will work without an extractor. So if you ever break your extractor, it's not the end of the world. You can shoot the gun until you get a replacement one. And this will take a standard. This bolt anyway from Palmetto will take a standard AR extractor. It's empty right now. And like I mentioned in the prior video, and that was the purpose of the first video I did. That's why you have to visually check your chamber. You can't just go like that and say, hey, the chamber's empty, right? You gotta visually look in your chamber, and if it's dark or something, you know, basically lock it open and get your finger in there if you can to feel it. Or put a chamber flag in there. But if your extractor is broken or worn out like this one over here is, you cannot, it's not going to extract that round. So you think that if you just do this, right, and you think you got, you know, you pull out the magazine, do this, nothing popped out. You might still have a you might still have a round in there, especially with these 9mm ARs. It's simply because the round counts that normally go through these guns are typically a lot more, right? So I think most people will probably, you know, shoot several times more uh, of their 9mm AR versus their 5.56. You know, a lot of people can shoot this at a pistol range where they can't shoot ARs. So these guns usually do a lot more shooting. So it's a lot easier to get that round count up to, you know, you'll easily get up to 5,000 rounds, 10,000 rounds, 20,000 rounds. You know, that's why you gotta, you know, you gotta visually check that chamber. Make sure there's nothing in there. Make sure you didn't wear out that extractor, okay? And I don't think it's that much of an issue whether you're shooting steel case or brass. I mean, they're, you know, the extractor is harder than the metal. It's just, you know, when you're shooting thousands and thousands of rounds, it's gonna wear it out, okay? Thanks for watching. Thank you to the viewer that suggested this and made me want to test this out. But now I know for certain that the 9mm AR will shoot with a broken extractor, and the reason why I gotta make sure I visually check that chamber. I mean, it's something I've always done anyway, but you know, after having seen that the gun will fire with a broken extractor, like now it's like 100%, no exceptions ever. Gotta check that chamber. If it's dark, sometimes I shoot at night. You know, if it's dark at night, you know, if I don't get, you know, if I can't move to a well-lit area, or put a light on it, or put my finger in there, assume the gun's loaded, right? I mean, you gotta assume the gun's loaded all the time anyway. But and I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Make sure you guys are following me on the uncensored platforms. On Odyssey, I'm Pocono Tactical. On Rumble, I'm Pocono Guns. And on YouTube, my 3 channels are Pocono Shooting, Absolute Gun Rights, and then the original Safa channel, which goes back to 2006. Talk to you all soon.